They say family is supposed to be your anchor. But for me? Mine were the chains dragging me straight to the bottom. My name is Peter, I'm 33, and for the last decade, my life has been nothing but work. I wasn't born with connections. I wasn't handed opportunity. Everything I have, I fought for. While my friends were partying, blowing cash at bars and traveling across Europe, I was glued to a computer screen. Coding until my eyes burned, taking every freelance gig I could, working side hustles just to scrape together savings. There were weeks I ate nothing but rice and eggs because rent had to come first. And people laughed at me for it. Lighten up, Peter. Live a little. But I wasn't working for the moment. I was working for something bigger. Something permanent. A home. My own place. That dream became my obsession. Every late night, every skipped vacation, every missed birthday party, it was all for the day I'd hold the keys in my hand. And finally, it happened. I found the perfect place. A quiet street, 3 bedrooms, warm wooden floors that creaked just slightly when you walked. The kitchen smelled faintly of cinnamon from the open house. There was a backyard big enough for a garden, a little patio where I could see myself drinking coffee in the mornings. When I signed those papers and felt the weight of the keys drop into my palm. I can't describe it. It wasn't just a house. It was proof. Proof that I hadn't wasted my 20s. Proof that the sacrifices meant something. For the first time in my life, I felt like I belonged somewhere. But here's the thing. When you finally climb out of the hole you were born into, you find out real quick whether your family wants to celebrate you, or bury you back inside it. The night I told them, I expected smiles. Hugs. Maybe even pride. Instead, I watched the whole room turn against me in less than a minute. I froze. My chest caved in. Even knowing how manipulative Vanessa could be, guilt flooded me like poison. What if they were right? What if my refusal had pushed her over the edge? For weeks, I carried that weight. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't work. Every time I walked through my house, I heard Ryan's voice echoing, "You killed my baby." And then, truth came crashing down. A friend of mine, Lucas, reached out. He knew Vanessa before Ryan ever met her. He sent me screenshots of her texts, messages where she laughed about faking a pregnancy. Bragged about staging a miscarriage. She even joked about how easily my family would turn against me if she played the part of a grieving mother. My hands shook as I scrolled through those messages. Every scream. Every guilt trip. Every sleepless night. All of it, planned. I went straight to my parents' house. Ryan and Vanessa sat on the couch, dressed in black, tissues in hand like actors rehearsing for a tragedy. I said nothing at first. Just handed Ryan the phone. His eyes scanned the screen. His face drained of color. My parents read over his shoulder, gasping, whispering. And Vanessa? She exploded. So what if I lied, she shrieked. We deserve that house more than him. He's pathetic. A washed-up bachelor with no one to share it with, why should he have something better than us? Her words sliced me open. Not just because of what she said, but because my parents didn't rush to defend me. They didn't even look shocked. They just sat there in silence, staring at the floor, as if deep down, they agreed. That's when it hit me. Vanessa may have lit the match, but my family handed her the gasoline. They chose her lies over my truth. They let her paint me as a villain because it was easier than admitting they never saw me as enough. I stood up, heart pounding, and said the only thing I could. You didn't just lose a house tonight. You lost me. And I walked out. I haven't looked back since. My brother's wife, Vanessa, was the first to strike. She put her hand on her stomach, looked straight at me, and said softly, "I'm pregnant." The word sent the room into chaos. My parents gasped. My brother, Ryan, jumped up, wrapping his arms around her. Everyone clapped, cried, congratulated. And me? I stood there with a bottle of wine in my hand, plastering on a smile while my stomach twisted. Then Vanessa asked to see pictures of the house. I pulled out my phone, proud, nervous, still hoping someone might finally be happy for me. She scrolled through the photos: kitchen, living room, backyard. Her smile froze. Then, slowly, she shoved the phone back into my chest and said, with a sharp edge in her voice, "This house should be ours." At first, I laughed. Thought it was a joke. But the silence that followed, that told me everything. Ryan nodded. My parents exchanged a glance and then nodded too. My mom leaned forward, almost whispering, "Peter, they're starting a family. They need space. You're single. You'll be fine." Like all those years of work meant nothing. Like because I wasn't married, my sacrifice didn't count. When I refused, Vanessa's mask cracked. She started crying, clutching her stomach, wailing loud enough for the neighbors to hear. Then she screamed, "If you don't give us the house, I'll end this pregnancy." The air froze. Ryan's face darkened, and he turned to me. His voice was low, dangerous. "If anything happens to my child, Peter, it's on you." I left that night trembling. My phone exploded with messages. My parents calling me heartless. Ryan accusing me of being jealous. Vanessa sending me long paragraphs about how I was punishing an innocent baby. But the worst came weeks later. It was past midnight when I woke to fists pounding on my door. I opened it to find Ryan, eyes bloodshot, face streaked with tears, spitting rage in my face. "You killed my baby," he screamed. "You and your selfishness, she miscarried because of you. And here's the truth I want you to hear, sometimes the people who share your blood are the first to bleed you dry. Family isn't the ones who share your last name. It's the people who actually want to see you rise. So let me ask you, if the people you trusted most tried to take everything you worked your whole life for, would you have the strength to walk away? Or would you let their chains drag you under?"